If you know about turmeric, you know that there is a ton of health benefits when it comes to consuming this mustardy tasting little ingredient that's out there. It's been used in the Eastern cultures for a very long time, but it's had another resurgence in a different area. Something else that it's also trying to help out is brain regeneration, something that has been theorized for a while, but nobody's ever been able to pinpoint if it's possible, if you can do it, but it looks like turmeric might be the key on this one. Hands down, turmeric is one, if not the most versatile healing spices in the world, with over 800 experimentally confirmed health benefits and an ancient history filled with a deep reverence for its seemingly compassionate power to alleviate human suffering, mostly when it comes to inflammation, okay? That's why I have it in my little morning sauce with apple cider vinegar and a little bit of cinnamon, okay? It's not a great tasting elixir, okay? But I know turmeric is incredibly beneficial for the body, and that's why I wanted to share this with you guys. That said, most of the focus on turmeric research over the past decade has centered on one of the many of hundreds of the phytocompounds, namely the primary polyphenol in turmeric known as curcumin, which gives the spice its richly golden hue. This curcumin-centric focus has led to the development of some very good products, such as the phospholipid-bound curcumin concentrate, which greatly helps to increase the absorption of bioactivity in curcumin. But curcumin isolates are only capable of conferring a part of turmeric's therapeutic power, and therein lies the limitation and hubris of the dominant model, where the focus is on isolating primarily magic bullet ingredient. Alright. Indeed, it has become typical within the so-called nutraceutical industry, that's a new one, to emulate the pharmaceutical model, which focuses on identifying a particular monochemical tree within the forest of complexity represented by each botanical agent, striving to standardize the delivery of each purported active ingredient with each serving, as if it were a pharmaceutical drug. These extractions and isolation processes also generate proprietary formulas, which are what manufacturers want to differentiate their product from all others, and henceforth capture a larger part of the market share. A value proposition that serves the manufacturer and not the consumer patient. Truth be told, there is no singular magic bullet in foods and herbs responsible for reproducing the whole plant's healing power. There are, in fact, in most healing plants or food, hundreds of compounds, orchestrated by the intelligent, invisible hand of God or nature, or whatever you wish to call it, and reduce the activity of a singular quantifiable photocompound or chemical. One of the most frequent questions we field, author fields, which is the best type of turmeric or curcumin to use? Obviously, given the aforementioned research, the whole plant is going to carry a wider range of therapeutic compounds than curcumin alone, and yet most have been heavily encultured to focus entirely on how much, opting to identify the molecular weight of a particular compound as more important than the quantitative dimension. Just get on with it. For instance, if you have a colonic inflammation or polyps, diving right in, okay, and you're trying to use curcumin to reduce inflammation, regress precancerous growths, then using the whole plant is best versus a highly bioavailable form of curcumin in a capsule, for instance, which will likely be absorbed by small intestine and mostly passed through the liver, never getting adequate quantities to the large intestine. So if this person's case, taking a teaspoon of relatively difficult to absorb turmeric may result in painting the diseased surface of the person's intestinal or colonic lumen with exactly the form needed to reverse the disease. Ultimately, the goal is not to wait to have such a serious health problem that you have to force yourself to take a heroic dose of any herb or food extract. Better to use small amounts of culinary doses in combination with ingredients that synergize or on a physiochemical, informational, and sensual basis. Ew, weird, whatever. Recently, we actually featured a study that showed culinary doses of rosemary helped improve memory. I think we covered that as well, by the way, rosemary and the old dome. This is why exploring the use of turmeric in curries and adding a pinch in a smoothie, I guess. This is where I have a problem. Not that I have a problem with turmeric or anything like that. Obviously, I say that I have it in my little morning drink, and I have it, once through the day as well, right around noon-ish. It's when it normally shakes out. But anyways, just finding foods that I eat and consume on a regular basis, and then just working it in that way. That's why I have the little slurry of interesting compounds to help with inflammation. It seems to be working, seems to be doing well. It's just working it in different ways. I don't like curries. I don't eat curries like that, or I don't have smoothies either. I would just prefer the capsule or just the little drink. So if you guys like turmeric, okay, you like the taste of it. Like I said, it's a little bit of a mustardy taste. At least that's how I manifest it. That's what I'm finding. If you can find a way to work it in anyways, yeah, very powerful when it comes to inflammation, okay, and very powerful when it comes to stimulating stem cell growth and mediated repair for a damaged brain. It's powerful, okay, so don't be focusing on the curcumin, because it's only activated when you have, it might have mentioned it in there, but I've seen this before, with a pinch of black pepper as well, so you're going to need to have that in there in order for proper absorption within the body. But don't be focusing on specifically. I just can't talk. Jeez, embarrassing. Need to have more curcumin, more turmeric in my diet, I guess. Whatever. It's not like anybody's watching anyways. Add it, have benefits, be better, be healthier, I guess. Whatever. Talk a lot about inflammation on the channel and in various different videos. Anything you can do to mediate that, the better your body will operate, because it's a very, very specifically designed device, okay? And there's not a lot of room in there for any sort of structural deviation. So the less you have in that, the healthier you will overall be. At least that's my theory on it. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.